I'm not sure if they realize that they are dead. Lose 3 life, lose 3 life, and lose 3 life for our victory. It's a cool card. Let's take it. Here you go. Now it's mine. Really, really. I think they need a little bit more time to learn what's going on with this card. Oh, now they know. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we'll do the impossible. We'll make a new way to play Control, and this deck did not exist before because the main card for this one is Monument to Endurance that is giving the payoff for cycling cards, for discarding cards, and oh boy, we'll do a lot of this. And Orzhov has surprising amount of this type of effects. With Pest Control, Locust Spray, the new card, and the new Sweeper, probably one of the few actual control cards printed in Aetherdrift. This is like alternative for Sunfall. It hits vehicles, unlike Sunfall. It doesn't exile, but it still kills all the indestructible creatures. So I actually really like the design for this card. So there are clear upsides, you know, on top of Sunfall, because you can cycle this card for the wrong matchup. Sweeper that isn't taking a spot in the control matchup. This is huge, and I'm pretty excited to play this in the deck. And the cycling also, feeds the Monument to Endurance, so we can actually get 2 cards, and every of those cards is a hidden card advantage engine. We win by using Kaya, or literally draining so much life by this ability that our opponent will die. So Kaya is more of an emergency. We just kill them. Moment we have enough cards, all the answers, enough mana of treasures, and then we just go for the kill. 7 triggers and the game is over. And don't forget, you can trigger it in your turn. For example, with Liliana, you discard a card, and you can either draw a card back, unlike your opponent, or just deal damage, and then you can cycle on your opponent's turns. Especially if you stack 2 monuments, it goes crazy very quickly, and you drain them very quickly. It's like 12 damage between your turn cycles, basically. So guys, before we show you this monster in action, our absolute legend for today is Mr. Azro. And I know for a fact, my friend, that you enjoy Black decks, so I'm pretty sure you will absolutely love this one, especially if Monument to Endurance and Liliana, like, man, you get so much value here. So this deck is for you. Thank you for your support, and always nice to see you in the comments. And with that being said, let's go to the games. Alright guys, consider me excited because we have Monument to Endurance and all the mana to use it. Alright, maybe not use this one, alright? Because we probably don't need very specific colors for this one. Discarding some cards, huh? We start pretty strong. Honestly, this could hit quite a lot if that's the mirror. It can hit a lot. Alright, I will be greedy. I will go like this. We will see if that's correct. Of course, with this draw, I would play a little bit differently because we know that we just need 1. We definitely don't need more. Momentum breaker, so we discard Pest Control. That's my guess. Fear of Isolate. Oh, this is so good for them. So good. Magic. We have to go with the Tome, I think. So the main idea is to set up Monument to Endurance. I would love them to bounce the Nightmare again, because the moment they see Monument to Endurance, they will never bounce Nightmare again. So it would be perfect if they played Fear of Isolation or something, and they bounce it. So then it's a dead card. I'm not sure about the Tome. I think we might scry once. I don't need to. We need to be careful about the damage. We don't have full control over the game yet, and we are taking quite a lot of damage. Yep. And let's see what our opponent is doing. Nothing. The answer is nothing. I can relate to this. Probably not this. I don't think this is exactly the crucial card for this turn. And you know what? We know that we'll play the Monument, so we have exactly 0 mana for this turn. And I want them to bounce it, so they have this down ain't big enough. That is not... well, this could work, but we need 2 turns. When we play this, they will bounce it. And the Nightmare. Then hit us with Nightmare again, and then bounce, and then hit a Nightmare again. So that will be a bit of a problem. I could try Pest Control, then they will cast it probably. I will still go like this. This is a rough one, because I'm pretty sure they have the card. What do we draw? Not exactly what we wanted. If we discard, it will be Caves. The problem is that they are getting a very good deal from this. We need to get them. Like, this is their best card. This card is always good. It always puts them ahead. This card is the reason this deck even exists. So they will bounce it. They will bounce Nightmare Plate. What? Man, if they don't have it, maybe they're waiting for the discard turn, right? So they can bounce it. But okay, but then we can start cycling. If I knew the sticks, I would take this card probably, because it's actually pretty good. But the idea is that I'm not sure if it sticks, and I need to be sure. Alright. Are doing stuff. The damage stacks. The damage is scary, but we have the tome, don't forget. Really? 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 I think they need a little bit more time to learn what's going on with this card. Oh, now they know. Oh, Liliana could be very nice. Okay. You know what? We're getting somewhere. We're actually getting somewhere. So if I play Liliana, we can get rid of the creature. I still think they have the card. I think they just don't realize what Monument to Endurance does. And I will go for this. They might bounce it. And then they get good value, but we still force board to not have... I told you, they have those cards. And I could go for Pest Control, but I need them tapped for this.
One of your friends has to
I think this is okay. So now we open the turn with no creature in the battlefield, Monument to Endurance, drawing us cards potentially, and we probably need some life gain. That's the last piece we need. We have 4 tomes, so we actually have surprising amount of life gain. And Kaya, right? If we get there, that's nice. This is interesting. It seems they still basically hope for the same game plan. I think it's Pest Control. I really have high hopes for this one. Let's draw a card. Okay. Are going again. And again. We can also discard this on their turn. I honestly think this is Sweeper. We can discard. This is interesting. I really want the Monument. And let's create Treasure so we can get more mana. This should be good enough. Do we want to draw a card here? At cost of 1 mana. I think it's worth it. Especially that we can life gain them, which would help a lot. Alright. This is important. I need 5 mana on this turn. So we go with this guy. We know nothing happens. We can go for this card. I think this is pretty good for us. Our opponent does not respect Monument to Endurance, and I will do my best so they do. Let's draw some cards. And we could hit removal, so let's try to draw 2. Land into land, as usually. Oh, whenever you are desperate for this value, you know what the top cards are. 3 lands from the top. However, it's not the worst, right? We'll see how they will play. We have the Tome ready to life gain, and they won't burn 6 at instant speed, so we can do it later. I'll be honest, we're close to breaking point. Okay, this is acceptable. They can get their best card, but this will slow them super down. And if we can draw correct cards, we should be winning this very easy. However, this turn is scary. This turn is definitely scary. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. Okay, we just need to draw something with cycling, and we can go absolutely crazy with the next turn. And we get extra card as well. Alright, they're going for it. Good, so that's everything. Now we draw the correct card and we win. Right, that's the game plan. We go to 10. Not sure if that's the correct one. This one is the correct one. Alright, we're getting there, guys. Oh man, and suddenly, how the turntables. Alright, let's draw a card. Let's draw a card. We cannot kill them yet. Please, oh my god, 2 lands. 3 lands from the top. Oh my god, the value is insane. Are you actually serious? Oh, whenever I get the extra 3 cards that should win me the game and all of them are basic lands, I'm like, okay, cool. Cool story. They will double Nightmares probably. Well, that's what happens when you get 4 cards advantage and this is your hand with 4 extra cards. Enjoy. I will try to kill it, so at least I can lower the pressure. They can pump it to like 4/4 at least. They're going for level 3. Interesting. I actually do not mind it. One good draw. Come on! How is this not the Shuffler game? Right, I think I will literally concede now. Really? That's fine. This is probably the worst play they could make with this, but I will take it. And I will try to make a fish. And this is also not right. They should go for this so they can pump more damage. But it's fine, it's fine. With this draw they can make all the misplays in the world, it doesn't matter. Mana is fully tapped, we don't really care about the treasure, I think. Let's go for the fish. Later it can protect us. And we can also draw cards. Okay, maybe? With this there is a chance. Alright, finally we drew something. I think we try to get this 1 extra card. We have so much mana that we should get enough to just play everything. Here's another land to the collection. Oh my god, bro. Alright, but at least we solved all of the game problems with single good draw. And now they can go with the Reef game plan. So that means we are forced to draw another answer because we drew Lockdown. 25 cards deep. Because we needed to rush those planes, you know? That's what we needed. Oh, bro. You cannot even... Can you play like 4 momentum breakers in a row? I would be absolutely thankful for this. Oh my god. They are actually doing... I think that our opponent is making all the possible misplays in the world. They actually missed this attack, which would mean that we are lethal on this turn. And that's amazing. How much mana do we have? 7. We can actually go for Virtue. What are the creatures? There are really not any creatures. So I think it has to be Monument into Virtue. We know the last card, so let's get some value while we can. No discard anywhere. And with this live gain, I think we can go for Monument to Endurance. So whenever we draw something, it's finally good. We could also try to Fountainport and then prepare next Fountainport. You know what? I kinda like this. Yeah, we can always Monument into something on the next turn. Alright, this game could not be more unfortunate and painful. Our opponent is doing what they can to make the worst possible play, so the pressure is as low as possible. Sure. I think I need to take this hit. And those cards will be very important, because if that's a removal for fish, this will break a little bit my plan. But I have to take this risk. You know, we could just draw Kaya and win the game, but it's fine. Alright. 4 damage to the face. And of course we need to make the fish a dance step, so Momentum Breaker cannot hit it easily. I guess they have this. So they will hit it on the next turn maybe? Thank you. Man, I tell you, they are making all the bad plays possible, so we have the highest chance to win. But the Shuffler has the champion. Champion is doing everything they can. Giving us cards, cycling our bad stuff into good stuff. Like, we could not ask for more, honestly. Let's make the fish. And I think with this we can actually win. And finally, our true champion. Alright, with this we can do a lot. We need to absolutely protect Kaya. This hits Planeswalkers as well, right? No, only creature. Okay. So I think we play like this. We plus, and then we prepare for the next turn. This is super important. I could also hit their last card, forcing them a full top deck mode. But there is combination that kills Kaya, and I want to make sure that they cannot drain us. I cannot believe, but we will actually win this game. My opponent invested 2 mana, full card, to make sure that I can cycle by bad card with Monument. Grim Bubble, sure. It's good for them. That's definitely good for them. Do I want to draw a card? I think we will get more value if we play this. Yeah, we don't need to do it. Probably the classic play would be just to sacrifice it, but I want to have open mana. And they cannot kill us, they cannot kill Kaya. So this open mana can be important. They aren't attacking. They think they will win the value game, but the truth is they won't ever win the value game. The only reason they had even a chance was our abysmal draw. Man, we drew so many. We drew 5 basics in a row and we will still win this anyway. Oh my god, what a crazy game. We want to get the monument before we cycle this. And now we are getting to the stage of the game where we won't lose. I want to steal this and get rid of the last card. We have 5. You know what? I think this is good. Here you go. Oh, they don't have maximum speed, so they cannot sacrifice it. Now it's mine. And now the Momentum Breaker is actually a good card. See, it hurts when you use it right. That's fine, that's fine. That means we basically discarded the last card anyway. Good. I have 1 speed. As a control deck, I'm using this mechanic so much. So, let's play Monument to Endurance. And now we can do the thing. Let's start cycling. Do I want cards or start dealing damage? I honestly will take 1 turn of cards, because I like my cards. Here's, oh my god, the answers to literally everything. I think we can go with the Tome. So we can life gain even more. And with this turn our opponent has absolutely nothing. This is finally fully recovered, horrifying draw. And now we are showing the real power of our deck. And our opponent has absolutely nothing. Even if they draw like their maximum synergies, it's so weak. And now they attack. Now they attack. Well, now you cannot. They will get the map token, so I hope it will be worth it. It's super important to get rid of this Reef because it's so annoying. Rest of the creatures all doesn't have haste, but this one can attack at any moment, so you always need to hold mana for it. So that's why it's always a bit of a problem. They don't want this card at all. Alright, I will draw a card. And I think this is the moment where we start to drain them. I could just get rid of everything. They will soon scoop. Let's plus. Oh my god. Alright, we are getting the speed. Right. So I think we'll go like this. I don't really need the Tome, so we will just go with this. Monument, sure. Why not? Let's keep them at nothing. And let's cycle and see what we get. And now we go for 6 damage a turn, because this is the phase when we have full control over the game and we're just trying to win at this point. And we can wait with both plays on the same turn. Like, we have so much mana that we don't need to, set it up. We can just play everything in 1 turn. Yep, and now they can see which card will lose them the game. I cannot believe this game ended in our victory. Against basically the best deck in the format. I should make a treasure, it doesn't matter. So we go with this. We go with Liliana. And this is already 9 damage directly into the face. So we don't even need to scan. That's why Liliana is so good in this deck, sure. Here you go. That's your play. I'm not sure if they realize that they are dead. Like, completely dead. Lose 3 life, lose 3 life, and lose 3 life for our victory. Direct wincon. Our opponent really doesn't like graveyards. I can respect that. So we are on the draw, so it always feels slow. Mazemind Tome takes forever on the draw. But we're getting there. And they probably cannot answer it easily. We'll see. We have ways to win this kind of matchup. No way. Bro. This is mean, and you know this. We can go Liliana. I'll take it. I will be a greedy boy, and I will take it. Definitely hurts, but the most important part is that now Monument, I hope it will survive. Because they probably played 3 or 4 of those, I would guess. It feels that they included this exactly to hit vehicles and artifacts, but they probably don't have another card that does this. Liliana, go! This is sorcery, so I'm pretty sure they can, even if they had something in the hand, they probably cannot do it now. Which means that we'll get some Liliana value, and that's insanely important. We want to stack as many monuments as we can.
I'm tired of your secrets.
We have more lockdowns, so even if we need them during the game... Oh, but we are drawing the card, and our opponent isn't. So with this monument, we can actually try to get game-winning advantage. And Restless Fortress, I mean, it's something. We have backup Liliana, so that's a big deal. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't really matter. I don't think we use Graveyard in literally anyway. Okay. Restless Fortress is absolutely abysmal at killing Planeswalkers. That's something you learn if you play the card. The only drawback of, you know, having this kind of effect instead of higher power. Oh my god. If we can get to Kaya, man. You know what? This is so close, but it's not there yet. We can have 6 mana because we can make a treasure. But first... I will try to go for this. But wait, we can cycle. We can cycle during our opponent turn, so it's not worth it. Let's go for the land, because if we hit the land, we are getting really nice value. I will still draw a card. Kaya is important, but the other cards are important as well. Next discard, by the way. And we keep the mana. It gives impression that we might, you know, do stuff. So hopefully our opponent will think about their plays a little bit more. I think we're a good, really good spot. And we can cycle, make a treasure, try to draw a land, and if we can't, we can discard a card and make another treasure. So 2 treasures is already 7 mana, even if we whiff on all the draws and do not get a single land. So I think this is a good one. Let's see what they will do. I think their options are running out. Liliana, oh man. Do you really want to plus Liliana into this? Oh boy. Oh, this is so brutal. They literally need to destroy their own hand to try to stack Liliana at least. And we don't mind it. Oh my god, surely. Let's try to hit something. Okay, this is definitely a cycle target. And soon we will start draining them, because I think we are in a very nice spot here. Treasure. We need to get... Kaya into the board as soon as possible. Do I want 3 damage? I don't think it's needed right now. We have better plays right now. Verge. Very nice. I mean, let's take the last card, shall we? And I will be optimistic and discard this, because I really like cycling. Draw a card. We'll start draining when we know that it's instant win, basically. Right now I still have quite a few cards, so we don't have answers to everything. And with Kaya, oh boy, they will be in World of Hurt. So, I want to get Liliana going. I think we actually start to drain them now. Especially with Fortress and Monument, we can go really quickly. And there's no way they will kill Liliana. Even if they play Edict, Momentum Breaker or whatever, or activate the Fortress, nothing kills Kaya right now. And if we need, we can always draw cards later. This is a very nice draw. But it doesn't matter. This is crazy. I will still draw cards. I want to have like 3 to 5 so I can stack some answers. This hits only vehicles, not artifacts. This is a very weird wording. Sure. I think that's a cool one. That is definitely a cool one. But we'll get rid of it very quickly. It has Indestructible, but guess what? This makes everything lose Indestructible. And we can also sacrifice it, which is even cooler. Or maybe... I like it. It's a cool card. Let's take it. Here you go. Now it's mine. Now it's mine. So we could discard... I don't think we need this land. We want all the cycle things. And this should be the moment when we start draining them. As soon as possible. And I think we just keep cycling and deal 9 damage in every turn cycle. Kaya is 3, on our turn we drain 3, and on their turn we drain 3. That should be good enough. This guy literally keeps drawing this from the top. Alright, it's fine, it's fine. They will get one more card, I guess. At this point I will actually Pest Control this maybe. I guess we can steal it again, but it's so awkward. First, let's try to cycle this, because this will give us a card that potentially isn't about cycling. Let's make them lose 3 life to discourage them. All right. I mean, I will keep cycling as long as I can. Now we draw 2 cards. We basically want to discard anything that doesn't have cycling, like for example Restless Fortress. And now we can drain them even more. Let's get the treasure. And they will be dead very quickly. Yeah, I mean they're actually dead right now. Because we can monument, cycle, and then cycle. It's 12 damage. This is crazy. Even with double Ketramos, like they cannot recover from this game. And they will deal 1 damage to themselves as well. It draws cards, but it pays life. So, the final card. I have to say, this strategy is working surprisingly well. And it's super fun. So, what we will do here, definitely play the Monument. We need to keep in mind they still play the Legion, so this will destroy all the monuments. So we need to go fast. We have Ultimate, we can discard and also kill them on their turn. Going first, the classic. We don't have, you know, the Monument, but we will get it because we know that we can survive. So I'll take it. It's a good start, especially with Fountainports. As long as you survive and the board is clear, you always get some extra value. Here's the talent, so it's probably just the near version. I see. This could be interesting later, so I think I will keep it. And this might be one of the few situations when we can Virtue easily, and I want it for the late game, so let's make sure that we have the Exile part, and at the same time we can use Lockdown later. Yeah, so I think we go late. Well, we want to show Fountainport as late as possible. Because this kinda guarantees that we are getting a bit better draws than them, because every second turn we are drawing an extra card. So that triggers them to, you know, play faster and more aggressive. I think I will cycle it. We have so much cycling that I don't think we need to really, like, grab to it. Exactly, like this card is simply better. Now we can go with the Tome and draw a card instantly, so even if they bounce it, we are already getting a little bit more ahead. I think we are in a very good spot. We are not winning yet, but we'll see. I think we are a little bit ahead. And if we can drive this ahead home, we should be winning. Our next turn, 2 turns will be super important. Our opponent needs to start making like meaningful plays, because we are doing cards right now. Okay, this is fine. I didn't expect they still play Kaito. I thought this would be Gear Hulk or something. Sure. It's only Surveil that are not drawing cards, so that's super important. Alright, here we go, and now we need to start getting those cards. We cannot kill it at the end step because of the hexproof, so we need to wait. Okay, I think this is good. Of course we go like this, and we go with the Monument. So even though they can bounce it, this forces them to spend 2 mana from their future turns. We pay 3 mana, so we kinda like try to tax them basically. Otherwise we can get a lot of value with Monument. And because we have cycling, we can try to answer stuff. And they have nothing. We answered everything they played. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed, and I have to say I'm pretty proud of this deck. This is a different way to play Control with Monument to Endurance. The cool part is that you have whole deck around cycling. That means you can cycle cards that aren't Monument to Endurance, so even though you rely on this card super much, you only have 4 in the deck, you actually can find it way easier than with other decks, especially if you add Mazemind Tomes, and that's a huge upside for this type of deck, and it plays very differently than the other decks, and everything just works perfectly. You have removal, you can always cycle it for the wrong matchup. You have sweepers, you can cycle them for the wrong matchup. Everything can be basically extremely versatile. And yeah, I'm happy with the deck. What can I say? So I hope you also enjoyed it. And to be fair, we didn't get too many new control cards for, control decks in this set. So this might be one of the few control decks that actually got any kind of new stuff. So I hope you will like it. I really hope you do. And before we go into the final thoughts and just talking about those new cards and how they performed, of course, huge thank you to our patrons for allowing us to basically keep making content every single day for all of our entertainment. So each one of our days can be a little bit better. So thank you guys for this. And if you, dear viewer, wanted to support the channel in any way, that's probably the best way to do it. You get earlier decks and you will be immortalized for forever into this channel's history. So yeah, you can brag about it. There's one card I was the most excited, and honestly it feels like that might be like the only control real card that is huge. A Spectacular Pileup. Cars exploding. Alright, so this is extremely cool card, and I have to say that I really like the idea behind this card. Basically, Sunfall cannot answer vehicles. This set is about vehicles, so Sunfall automatically becomes a little bit weaker. And the card that is probably extremely strong for everything that is in control finally has a real alternative. So even though I'm a control mage, so obviously having Sunfall answering everything is good for me, I can see this as a very healthy card to give additional new decks that aren't aggro a chance against Sunfall. Because if this becomes more popular and the main choice for control decks, if they ever exist in standard, we can always try to get some strategies that rely on creatures not being exiled. So for example, death effects, something that happens when they die or they are in the graveyard, stuff like this basically. So it opens place a little bit for different strategies, and I hope we will see some of them instead of red aggro creatures hitting our face. So if that's the payoff of having a bit of a worse Sunfall in some ways, I will take it. And having cycling on this is amazing. I mean, this is a dream. Sweeper that always gets you a card, even if you hit the wrong matchup. Ill-Timed Explosion was always one of my favorites for this reason, because it always was a card though if it didn't hit the sweep part. This one is a new one. So I think even though you don't get the token, so this is a drawback. You don't exile, but you still kill all the indestructible creatures. That's super important. So like every Tyvar stand, this kind of stuff, still will not protect the creature, and it's super important. Like Lawrence Escape in Boros cannot protect creatures, so we can safely play it still. So yeah, I like the card. I think it will be huge, and having cycling on this is extreme upside. However, it's an upside for matchups that are non-creature based, and right now basically all of the matchups are creature based. So we will see how the meta goes and how much of an upside it will be. Hitting vehicles is a huge deal. We'll also see how many vehicles we'll see. I actually see a little bit less than I expected, but I guess we should start seeing more vehicles as the meta crystallizes, and then this sweeper becomes way better than the other sweepers. So yeah, that's like one card I really wanted to talk about. And Monument to Endurance is always super fun card, and when you start drawing cards with this, you stabilize extremely quickly. So still absolutely love the card. And with that being said, that's everything for today. I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope the commentary in the long outro helped to make some decisions and get the feeling of the deck. And with that being said, thank you and see you guys tomorrow.